All right.
Okay. Boy, you got a lot of questions.
We're rolling.
Hey everyone, this is Pavlina from Pavlina's Kids Plays. I'm on location in Tampa with Larry the Cable Guy.
You're done. We love Pavlina.
Who's on Them Idiots tour with Jeff Foxworthy and Bill Engvall.
I'm the only one that's not an idiot.
So how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing awesome.
Okay, good.
I look good. I feel good. I can't get much better than this.
Okay, good. So,
I look good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing up in a small town in Nebraska and then in Florida, did that help you with your career?
Well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it really did. I mean, growing up on a small town's awesome because it's not hard to write some of my jokes because I lived I lived in the country, so I do a lot of country type jokes. So that I grew up that way, so it really helps me out when I write stuff because you got to know a little bit about something that you tell jokes about,
Okay, good.
And Sanford's about the same thing when I moved to Florida. In my opinion, Sanford, Florida, and where I grew up in Nebraska are much different. People are pretty much the same. The accent's a little bit different, And I picked mine up in Florida because I've lived there 33 years. So just moved back to Nebraska. But yeah, both of them definitely helped me with my career.
That's good. So, kids have all kinds of obstacles growing up. Were there some tough things for you growing up, and how did you deal with them?
Tough? Well, just normal kid stuff, School is always tough,
Yeah.
I remember one time I got D's and F's on my report card, and I told my mom and dad I had good news and bad news, and they said, well, what's the bad news? And I said, I got all D's and F's, and they said, what's the good news? I said, I didn't cheat to get neither one of them. So I achieved all them failing grades on my own. There's always, you always got obstacles, but here's the cool thing about human nature. You just always keep plugging away. No matter what comes your way, you never let the small stuff get you down. I was always a pretty happy kid. Things happen, you get upset, but when you're a kid, you got a lot of life ahead of you. So you don't let the little things get you down, and you always do your best. No matter what you're doing, you always do your best, and you just keep plugging away.
Okay, good.
You never give up, you never quit. You be nice to people. Always be friendly. Be good to people because that always comes back to you. People know that you're a good person, and you just try your hardest and do your best, and that pays off for you in the end.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I thought you started out your career as a stand-up comedian, but you actually started out in the radio here in Florida. Was that cool, and what did you like about the radio?
Well, you know what, it was both cool. Yeah, I did stand up and I did radio to kind of supplement my income because when you're a comedian, you don't always make a lot of money. So you got to do something else to help. You got to find other things to help, fuel what you do. They were both different kinds of venues. Stand-up is a completely different thing than radio. And stand-up comedy, you write a joke, you get instant satisfaction of people laughing at your joke. When you're on the radio, you don't know if anybody's laughing at you or not.
Yeah.
If you think it's funny, you have no idea if anybody else does. They're both fun. They're both completely different. I enjoyed both of them. Radio is a lot more... you ad-lib in stand-up. You have jokes that you've written, and you always go to your jokes, but you can write and be creative on stage, but not as much as radio. Radio is basically 4 hours of top-of-your-head ad-libbing.
Yeah.
So it really helps you. Radio helped me in stand-up just for the fact that it helps you be quick, helps you think of stuff off the cuff, that kind of thing. And radio also helped my stand-up because radio made me write material, made me write stuff because you always had to have to do something funny on the air, so you're always trying to come up with jokes and bits, and so it always helped. I always used radio to help what I did in my stand-up, so they both went hand in hand.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you've performed for all sizes of audiences and over 50,000 in Nebraska. Is there a performance that you remember as really special for you?
Yeah, the 50,000 one. There's actually a couple, but I'm a big rodeo fan, so I thought the biggest things I would ever do, I always wanted to do the 3 big rodeos. I wanted to do the Calgary Stampede, I wanted to do Rodeo Houston, and I wanted to do Cheyenne Frontier Days. I did Cheyenne Frontier Days, and I did Rodeo Houston. I was the only comedian to ever perform at Cheyenne Frontier Days. It was the second largest crowd they ever had. I was only the third comedian to perform at Rodeo Houston. The other two were Bill Cosby and my buddy Jeff Foxworthy. I never got to do Calgary Stampede because I was there about 2 weeks before the rodeo, and I worked the arena there, so I was close. But I think another memorable one was the Radio City Music Hall in New York City, because that's such a big deal. And I remember the papers down there saying, "Well, good luck trying to sell tickets. You live in a red state, and you know nobody's going to buy into your country jokes down here." But I sold the first show out in about 4 hours, and so they added a second one, and I sold it out in about 2 hours. So I did 2 sold-out shows at Radio Music Hall in Manhattan, New York City, which was awesome. But the most memorable, those were both really memorable. My most memorable was definitely performing in my home state, and it was just me. There was nothing else attached. It's not like they're coming to see a band or anything like that. They were coming to see Larry the Cable Guy, and we did 53,000 tickets, and it was awesome for a 4th of July, and it was great, you know. And it's not that they came to see fireworks, so that was all done. They moved the fireworks show for my show, so they did all their fireworks on the 3rd of July, and they let me do my show on the 4th of July. So it was awesome. That's my most memorable. And it was the largest stand-up comedy show by one solo performer in the history of the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I wish it would have made the record books, but nobody turned it in.
Yes. I think you can still turn it in, right?
No, I hope so, because it should be in the record books. But you know what? It's not a world record, because there's a comic in Germany that's done 3 or 4 stadiums. So I guess, but he's not really a comic. He does songs and stuff like that. But I guess if you count him, then I'm not the only one in the world that did it. I'm only one in the United States that did it.
Yes. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, Mater is really funny in cars, and I love cars.
Thanks.
And he's also funny in cars too. Is Mater a fun character to do, and any more plans for Mater? You know,
Mater's a great character to do. I love doing Mater. And it's just cool to breathe life into a character that's so popular. You know, it's the #1 selling animated character for Pixar in history, and the #1 selling cartoon. I mean, it's sold more than anything. But yeah, I'm hoping they do a Cars 3. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that, but I think it'd be awesome. But we definitely have plans to do more Mater Tales. So, you know, people like the Mater Tales. So we'll do more Mater Tales. Mater's going to be around for a long time, so I'm sure that's going to keep me pretty busy. And whatever you do, do not eat the pistachio ice cream. It has turned.
I love Cars.
Thank you.
That's good.
I was from Cars 2.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
That line was from Cars 2.
Oh, okay. So what is Cars 2 going to be probably about?
Well, Cars 2 is already out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cars 2 is already out. I'm hoping for a Cars 3. So Cars 2 is out. So Cars 1 and Cars 2 are already out.
Okay, good. So, Only in America with Larry the Cable Guy is your new show on the History Channel. What do you like best about your new show?
The best thing I like about it is I get to meet a lot of really cool people, a lot of good Americans. The show's called Only in America, and it's celebrating just what a great country you are and all the cool people that live in it, all different kinds of people. And you know, it's basically just covering people that never get covered by the news. The news always covers garbage and what's bad about the country. I'm going out and showing what's good about the country. So that's why I like it.
Yeah, I like your shows.
Thank you. Sometimes they put some things on though they probably shouldn't put on, but I talk for 10 hours a day. It's up to them to edit it and put it together, so I'm not responsible for the material.
Yes. So you're filming season 2. Any surprises?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, we've kind of changed it around a little bit. I'm doing some different intros and stuff. We're making it, we're just kind of tweaking some things. You know, the ratings are great. Everything is real good. We just want to try some different things that I wanted to do, since it is my show. So I figured I would try some things. But you know what? Just a lot of the same wacky, goofy stuff. You know, just visiting those unique Americans that do unique things. And we did one, I think people like, I just looked at the other day where I go to a guy in Colorado. One thing we do in America that nobody else does, we take care of critters like human beings. Well, we really take care of animals in this country. We care about animals.
Yeah.
And this guy takes in cats, lions, and tigers.
Wow.
And he doesn't get paid for it. He just does it because he likes them. And he works 3 jobs to keep his thing going. And people come through and look at the critters. And so that was a lot of fun. I spent a whole day with him cleaning lion cages. And it was pretty scary, but it was a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun stuff going on next year.
That's good. Okay. So, some people may not know it, but you help raise money for a lot of good causes like Arnold Palmer's Children's Hospital and my hometown of Daytona Beach, the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranch. Do you like making a difference?
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of fun. You know, I wouldn't be where I was today without great fans, and fans like what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I think if somebody's been blessed in a certain way, I think the first and foremost, they need to take care of their family and make sure their whole family's taken care of and people that are close to them. And then once that's done, you know, find things that you want to do that can help make a difference in the community. And so my Get Her Done Foundation that I started has given away now 5, 6, 7, almost $8 million to different charities across the country. I'm real proud of that. You know, I couldn't do any of that without fans coming to see me, and so they can. I want them to feel like they're a part of that as well, because obviously they are.
Yes, that's cool. So I heard you love Walmart, and I interviewed Tanya Tucker, who loves Walmart too, and I asked her like what was the craziest moment for her, and she said her dog got loose and was running around in the store. So what was the craziest or like funniest moment for you?
The craziest moment for me at a Walmart, I was walking around one day and I found Tanya Tucker's dog. And I gave her back her dog. That was my craziest moment. I'm like, Tanya, what are you bringing your dog to Walmart for?
Yes. So what are upcoming plans and events for you?
Oh, you know what? Just finishing the History Channel. I got the movie Tooth Fairy was out a long time ago with The Rock. And they wanted to do a sequel to Tooth Fairy, the people that did the first one, and so I took the place of The Rock, and so I'm doing Tooth Fairy 2, and that comes out in January.
Okay.
And so I've got that coming out in January. History Channel will come out again, the new season in February, and other than that, I'm just out on tour doing my shows and working with Bill and Jeff.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
And also just doing a ton more voices for Mater, for games and video games and